Hello everybody, I am Mauricio Rodriguez with Emerald Gaming, and I come to you with Sensual chocolate in all its glory. It's nice to finish back there, glowing blue. Again, the customer is a big Cowboys fan, so we try to match the color as best as possible. You could see also inside of the cooler for the CPU is a gift going of a Cowboys player waving the Cowboys flag. Now this is the Corsair H150 Elite LCD, so a lot of fun to play with and program. Anything that you could turn into a gift, pretty much you could put on there, and you know, it's well worth a lot of fun working with it. So I'm excited that our customer wanted it, and when we suggested it to him, and he was able to agree with it. So very excited. It just brings together the computer very well. You know, just as a recap, this is a Intel i7 12700K build on a MSI MPG 690 Edge Wi-Fi motherboard. It has an Asus RTX 3080 for the Win 3 graphics card. We also went ahead and put a EVGA 1000 watt PSU in this bad boy, just to make sure that he's gonna have enough power to do everything. This gentleman is a overclocker, so we're excited to see how far he could push his computer once he gets it, and he understands you know, the Intel Extreme Utility, and he's more comfortable pushing his computer to the limits. With that AIO that we put in there, definitely is not going to have any issues with overclocking, and seeing how far he could push this 12700K. We all are very excited to get it in his hands. So you know, by the time that this publishes, hopefully he'll be unboxing it himself and giving it its permanent home. Well, we are here for the build video, so without further ado, I'll go ahead and switch over, and we could enjoy the birth of Sensual chocolate. Okay, everybody, welcome back from the build video, and here we are on our 3D Mark page for the company. We're going to go over some of the information and benchmarking and stress tests that we did with Sensual Chocolate. So you can see here, it's listed Intel iCore i7-12700K with the RTX 3080 that we have. So for the time spy stress test, we'll go ahead and dive in here. You could see all the information for that graphics card. One of the great things is that the average temperature for that GPU was at 68 degrees C, and that was with all the panels on the computer. So that's really good. It's got good airflow in there. Those fans work great. The heat shrink on there is really good, as well as the exhaust for that PC. So average temperature again was 68 degrees C, so that's great for that. You could see here the Intel Core i7-12700. Its TDP was 125 watts, so at one point during the test it pulled that much power out. Pretty neat that it is up there. We've known that these 12th generation Intel CPUs are a little power hungry, so you could see that here as well. For the RAM, you could see here it is not XMP enabled. We will go ahead and just do the tests without XMP enabled. But when we ship the computers, we make sure that we ask the customer if he wants us to enable XMP. If they do, we will do that, or if they choose to turn it on for themselves once they get the computer, that'll be on them. It's not a very hard process. If you know what you're doing, just go into the BIOS and enable it. Nowadays, though, you actually can do that through certain motherboards software. You could do it over the desktop, and then they just ask you to do a reset, and then you just do that, and then once it comes back on, your XMP will be activated. Now, the RAM that this computer has, it does go up to 3600 megahertz, is what we put for this computer. Again, the score passed for the time spy stress test. So really happy with that, of course, for sure. For the customer as well. So we could go back over here, look at our other ones. Here's the Fire Strike Extreme. So what was awesome is, for us, all of our computers up to date have been in the range of the high-end gaming right here in between these two. This is the first computer that Emerald Gaming has made that has actually overlapped the high-end gaming PCs, which we're talking about a i9 9900K with the RTX 3080. This one also was better than 95% of all results that have been in, and again, you could see the scores there. And again, premium gaming PCs, we are into 2 months in, but 3D is still listing a premium gaming PC for 2020 with a 3950X and 2 SLI 2080 Ti's. Again, I've mentioned this before. NVIDIA, one of the main producers of graphics cards, have gone away from SLI, where now only the 3090 series of their new generation graphics cards are capable of SLI, and that was true almost with the RTX 20 series, where it was only the 2080 that was able to be SLI'd. The last generation that allowed SLI on pretty much all of the SKUs was the 10 series, where you could do 1060, 1070, 1080. But now we've moved away. Well, not us, but NVIDIA has moved away from the SLI. But again, very excited for us, very excited for the customer that this was our first computer that has been this high in the percentages or percentile of computers tested where we're just a little under 3,000 points below what was considered or what is still considered a premium PC. And again, we're really honored that the customer chose us to build this computer for them. Now, for this regular test, not being a stress test, the average temperature for the GPU was a lot lower. Here we were at 54 degrees C, and the TDP for the processor was 125. I think if I remember, we could go back and check on a stress test, see what the difference was, if there was one, or if it was also, it was also 125. So no difference there, but you clearly can see a difference in between the stress test and the Firestrike Extreme on the different temperature for the GPU. We have our Port Royal here. And I get this one again, better than 70% of all results right here. And again, premium here, 3950X 2080 Ti with two SLI graphics cards. And again, this is all for the rasterization, or all your shadows and stuff like that your games have. This is what this test is for. So of course, this one scoring where it did, fighting against two SLI RTX cards is a little bit different, but that it did this good is just outstanding and amazing. And here you could see temperature for the GPU was about 59 degrees throughout the whole Port Royal test. So overall, this computer has just been, destroying all these numbers, doing great. Here we could see the CPU profile. We can go ahead and go into that one really quick. Again, just amazing CPU. Really enjoyed it. Here's your detailed scores for the threads. Lot of fun. It went through really quickly, so not bad. Again, 125 watts. Ultimately, that's what we're seeing so far in this whole thing. But no issues whatsoever with the testing. It did great with everything else. And that's let's see here. From there, we did the regular Firestrike Extreme, our Time Spy, which is pretty much the same as the stress test, just a little bit less. You could see the score here, 16,950. What we could do is we could compare this one to one of our previous where'd it go? So here you have 16,950 on the Time Spy. Go here, and then we could pull up all of our testing here. Here you could see time, the Time Spy for Sensual Chocolate up top at 16,950. From there, our build from November, early November, Aura was at 13,773, and this was a Intel i9-10900 processor as well. So leaps and bounds on what's going on out there, and it's great. Great for computers, great for consumers, especially great for our customer here, that he's getting so much out of this computer as an early adopter that he is. But I'm sure that he's gonna enjoy everything that he's getting. So that being said, I'm Mauricio Rodriguez with MLRod Gaming, and I thank everybody for tuning in and watching this video. And if you are in need in the market for a new PC or looking which way to go, give us a call. Find us online, www.mlrod15.com, or find us on Facebook. We do have a Facebook page now, MLRod Gaming Company LLC. You could look us up that way and send us a message. Again, my name is Mauricio Rodriguez, and with MLRod Gaming, and thank you for tuning in.